This is the story of how I was harassed, humiliated, and blamed for a cheating husband's sins, and how I turned the entire church against the real villains, my ex-mother-in-law and her twisted lies. Buckle up. This one goes deep into betrayal, revenge, and poetic justice. I'm 46, a single mom of two daughters, 17 and 15. My ex-husband? Gone. He passed away in a tragic car accident last year. But death doesn't wash away sins. Especially when he died while still mid-divorce from me, after I discovered he'd been cheating. For years. Worse, he left behind not just heartbreak, but 2 sons. Not mine. His affair partner's. She died too, in the same accident. Suddenly, 2 boys were orphaned. And my daughters, who uncovered their dad's betrayal, were expected to embrace them like family. Can you imagine the trauma? The betrayal? My daughters were grieving, angry, and devastated, and instead of being supported, they were vilified. By who? Their own grandparents. My ex-in-laws, 78 and 80, tried to claim custody of my girls. Yes, custody. They even tried to move in with us. One battle was heading to court. The other? Not happening. Not now, not ever. But these people weren't done. They decided to play dirty. It started on a Saturday at our town's weekend market. Fresh produce, homemade goods, and a little freedom for my youngest, who I let splurge a bit for her birthday. Then I got the call. She was crying. Mom, these women, they won't leave me alone. My heart stopped. I ran. My eldest beside me, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. We found her, cornered by 6 older women. Church ladies. Armed with smiles that cut like razors and eyes full of judgment. They were shaming my daughter, calling her unchristian, accusing her of abandoning her poor orphan brothers. What they didn't know or chose to ignore is that these brothers were the result of her father's affair, a betrayal she witnessed unfold. My daughters are in therapy, working through that trauma. These women were reopening wounds with every word. I stepped in, fierce, calm, dangerous. I told my eldest, pay for your sister's things. Go to the car. Then I turned to face the wolves. These women told me I wasn't a good Christian wife, that I should obey my ex-in-laws, that I was the reason for all this pain. Eventually, the argument got loud. We were kicked out of the market. I walked to the car with these judgmental vultures following me. But that night, I made a decision. They wanted war. I'd give them truth. Turns out, my ex-mill posted this sob story on the church Facebook group. According to her, I was a heartless monster. I had kicked them to the curb. I hated boys. I refused to accept our surrogate's babies. Yes, she told everyone that my ex's affair partner was a surrogate, and that I didn't want the boys because they were male. Disgusting. Twisted. And worst of all, people believed it. But here's what she forgot. I had receipts, photos, messages, emails, voice notes, proof of the affair, proof of the harassment, proof of the abuse my daughters endured. The next day, I spent hours putting together binders, like the hymn books their church uses. Inside, high-quality printouts. Front page, a full-color photo of my ex and his side chick kissing in my living room. Faces clear. Names labeled. Underneath, the love story of ex-husband and affair partner. Emails showing the cheating. Text showing his parents supported it. Messages where they called my daughters bastards and blamed them for their father's death. 2 days after he died, I left them anonymously at the back of the church, right next to the real hymn books. The fallout was instant. The gossip mill exploded. The church turned on them fast. Even those who believed I failed as a wife said, well, at least she had a reason. 2 apology letters came to my daughters. One pastor invited us back, offering support. I politely declined. And my ex-in-laws, they were shunned. No friends. No support. Just cold pews and colder shoulders. My ex-mill posted about being abandoned, misunderstood, and how no one cares for the elderly. She missed her great son, she said. The one who betrayed me. The one I fed. the one I work to support. Revenge doesn't always look like fire and fury. Sometimes it looks like truth, presented, undeniable, beautifully bound. You mess with my daughters. You lie in church. You play the victim while tearing others apart. Well, you get exactly what you prayed for. And sometimes, God answers in binders.